Hello and welcome back to Swindon't You Forget About Me. It's a lovely, lovely evening here in Wrocław in Poland, and I am bringing you another episode of the Swindon Town March to Domination. Oh, excuse me, that was a burp. Now, we've had a pre-season to mull over. It has been fairly successful, but let's talk about what happened at the end of last season. It was, in general, a very good season. We didn't lose too many games, but we did lose all the key ones, including the League Cup semi-final, the FA Cup semi-final, and the Europa League final, all against English teams, and that was a bugger. But we won our final two games of the season. We beat Burnley 2-1, goals from Alberto and Jürgen Becken, giving us a 2-1 win at home, and then a 2-1 win against West Ham, Becken scoring two more, meaning that we finished the Premier League in fifth. We came above Spurs, our horrible conquerors in the League Cup, and if Man United hadn't won 1-0 on the final day, we would have got up into the Champions League spots. Probably better that we didn't. I think another season of building on what we've got is good, but it shows progress. Now, from what I was discussing last season, our defence is actually pretty good. Okay, we ended up conceding maybe 9 more goals than the teams above us. That's not that many. But we didn't score as many goals than the teams who were challenging for the major honours, and that was a concern. So I have gone out and bought some players to rectify that issue. Important things to note. Norwich, Ipswich and Charlton all went down. Unfortunately, Charlton, Sam's team, has gone. But Leicester City, Josh's team, up there in 7th, they are thriving and doing well. That's good to see. Now, what we have in store for us this season, we had promoted Mr. Cardiff, we had Mr. Hull, and Mr. Swansea have all come back up into the Premier League, meaning that this is what the team and the season will look like. For some reason, Liverpool are starting... Oh, they've already lost, right, okay. I was going to say Liverpool, for some reason, are starting with... lower than everyone else, and I thought for a second they had a 3-point deduction, but no, it's a goal difference. They lost 3-0 to Manchester United. Now, there has been transfer dealings. Now, let's see what happened. So, last season, I talked a little bit about some players that I was bringing in. Did any of them come in last season, or are they all coming in this season? They're all coming this season, as per the game. So, let's have a look. First, we'll see who we got rid of. Now, I found a sensational goalkeeper from Arsenal. He was a Belarusian. He was 24. I thought, I'm going to get him in for £4 million. I'm going to sell Tommy Johansson for £4 million. I did one of those things. I sold Tommy Johansson for £4 million to Hull. He's 29 years of age. He's very, very good still. He played excellently well for us for 2 seasons. Probably shouldn't have sold him in the end, but I did. So what I like about his career, by the way, is Brøndby let him go for free and then signed him for free a year later. Excellent stuff. Masha is making noises and she's going to eat some ham. She says, please, I want to eat the last bit of ham. And Ben says, okay, you can have the last bit of ham. And she says, thank you, and gives me a little air kiss and then walks away to continue to monge. Now, yeah, so Tommy Johansson possibly let go prematurely, but nevertheless, we did it. He's gone to Hull, newly promoted. Great signing for them. We made £4.4 million of profit on him, though, so that's no bad thing. We also got rid of Brian Chavaria. He's excellent. He had another fucking release clause in his contract. He played 26 games for us last season. He never really did that well. Like, in terms of average rating, he wasn't great. He did well in the international breaks. I don't know where they play him differently. Maybe he is being hamstrung by being played as a midfielder rather than an attacking midfielder. But he's gone to Man United, who activated his release fee clause, £13 million in Le Bank. And so fine. He's gone. We couldn't do anything about it. That's fine. Rutger Huitzinger has gone out on loan to Bristol City. He had a decent season last season in League One. He's now going to be playing in the Championship. Hopefully he can make the step up. He's only 18. He can only get better, and that's a good thing. So Bristol City, our fierce rivals, have taken him. We also sold Mr. Roy, what's his full name? Roy Coote. He is left-footed, very good. No, sorry, he's left-footed, very good, very quick particularly, but his finishing and composure, they don't add up to a successful mix. He scored 5 cup goals for us in the first season, 1 league goal. Second season, he got 10 continental goals, fair enough, but only 6 in the league, and he made 22 appearances in the league. Overall, he had a 7.10 rating in terms of league position, average rating of 6.83, and we've signed a couple of new players, so I thought, you know what? If I can make nearly £10 million, I'll make nearly £10 million, so we did. He's gone to Serie A in Udinese, where they're paying him a lot more money than we were. We then got rid of Andreas Jepsen, the 19-year-old Danish player. He spent last season on loan in the Championship, where he got 8 goals. He's gone again to the Championship for Huddersfield, who I think probably will be a little better than Sheffield Wednesday were. Yeah, I mean, they came third last season, so hopefully they'll continue that, and he'll play a large part in that. We then finally got rid of Ruben, 24 years of age, decent player, to be fair, but again, we've made some new signings. He spent last season on loan in Regina, and has now been sold for £1.9 million to Huesca in the La Liga. Made a profit of £1.4 million, cannot complain. We then got rid of this guy. He's just some youth mug who he literally, look at how rubbish he is. He came to me and was like, I'm upset that I'm not playing any games. I was like, well, you're shit though. It's just genuinely rubbish. He started at the club just this season before I took over, and then since then you can see our rise up, and now he's signed for the Blue Square Premier side, Hayes and Yedding, who I think made their badge on Microsoft Paint. Anyway, let's go back. So it was Hopkins, he's gone. Check Tom has checked out again. I actually was considering keeping him, but because he's foreign and we haven't got very many local, as in UK-based players in our squad, I wouldn't have been able to fit him into our either of our squads, either our European or Premier League squads. So out on loan he goes again for some more money to Norwich. He spent last season on loan at Ipswich, where he did okay. Now he's taking a step back down into the Championship, where I'm sure he will do a little bit better. He's a decent player. Fine. And Miroslav Tittel, good name, he's gone on loan to Blackburn Rovers, where he will play in the Championship for a season. Hopefully he'll get some goals, and that should be a good transfer. Now, somehow we bagged £28 million because we bought in £20 million. So the first player that we brought in was Lasse Henriksen, the 16-year-old. He will someday be an attacking midfielder. He's gone straight into the under-18s. We signed him from Midtjylland in the Superliga. He played excellently for their second team, Iskat FS. Good name. What was it? Iskat Forenede Sportklubbe. Anyway, and so he's now down in the under-18s. He'll get some game time. That's going to be good. We then plundered former club Śląsk Wrocław for Łukasz Kuzniewicz. He comes in for £4.5 million from Śląsk, where he did very well. He was part of the worst team in nearly 20 years at Śląsk, but I expect he will do well for us. He's a very cheery chappy. He's only played 2 games for us, but has scored 2 goals and got an assist already. He's a good player. I like him a lot. Now, Sime Topic, he is 16 and really good. He's on £55 per calendar week, although he does, when he signs a professional deal, will sign for a lot more money than that. We signed him for £825,000 from Hajduk Split, and he will play as soon as he can, but he's currently very young, and I think it's probably too soon for him, but he will definitely develop into a good player. The next player we signed as one of our striking options was Francisco Padilla, the 60-cap, 30-goal Peruvian international. He's quick and he's good at scoring goals. He's not great in the air, but that's fine because he should be able to do the other things fine. Bought him from Inter Milan for £6 million. His value's already risen. That's good. Now, then we signed Angel Viotti from where? I don't remember. He came from Boca Juniors for £1.5 million. He was actually a player I signed in the midst of my strange spree of signings that Sam critiqued so astutely in the middle of last season. He's doing well, and the reports say he's going to be better than Felipe, but at the moment at 18 he's not. He's in the under-18s. I might try and send him out on loan Let's do that now. See what we can get in terms of game time for him. Otherwise, he'll spend a year playing for the under-18s, and that's fine. We then signed the coup of the summer, Adel Said. Now, this fella is great. He's 29 years of age. He's on a lot of money, but you're going to have to pay a lot of money for players like this. 29 years of age, technically and quickly, and sort of, he's just excellent at the things he does. He's a left midfielder. He's replacing Chavaria. We signed him on a free from Man City, where he has played excellently since being signed for £33 million. He's over the course of his career, he's been paid for. People have paid £62.5 million for him. We paid him nothing. We got him for free. He's going to star for us within his first 25 minutes of playing for the club. In a friendly against Rangers, he got sent off. So he's also a fun guy. That's good. We then got another youngster, Alexander Zhukov, 18 years of age. I think when I signed him, he might have even been already 16. I think when I signed him and he looked like he had promise. Doesn't look like he has so much promise now. Although he's still rumoured to be as good as Brand Filov. So there's always the potential there. I will also offer him out for loan. Maybe that will spur some of his development on. Then the last two players, one of them is called Jonathan. He's 21, a wing-back, and comes to us from West Ham. He's very good. Got him for £4.3 million. He's a decent player. A bit slow, but otherwise fine. Technically and physically very good, though. And Maurizio Arias, who's 18. He's a good player as well. Another defensive midfield type. Signed him from Nacional in, I believe, Uruguay. He's Uruguayan, right? So it's probably a Uruguayan club. We'll also offer him out for loan, just so you can see me doing it. Now, that's the squad. I've also been hit with the fact that a lot of our youngsters that I signed a couple of years ago have now joined the ranks of the first team, because I don't have a reserve team. I don't have enough players to play a reserve team regularly. So I have a very big first team at the moment, so I've been trying to loan them out. Some of it's going better than others, and who knows. But the point is, now to move on to the season, we qualified for Europe again, the Europa League. So this season we have to play Wolves and then start our qualification for the final of the competition. Well, for the competition of which we reached the final last season, and we have to play CFR Cluj. I didn't know that before I played Cluj in the first pre-season friendly of the summer. We beat them 3-1 then. We now have to play them over 2 legs. Now, this season I am not going to play as many games because I realise we've already played 30 videos for Swindon't You Forget About Me, and we only played 50 for Schlansk and for Western Supermare as well, and we got a lot further through the World Series of Football in that. What are you talking about? Anyway, we progressed a lot further in that, so I'm going to stop playing every single 2-legged affair. If we play Cluj and lose, we will then record the video Man City Cluj. But if today, because we're going to play 2, it's going to be a long video, if we play Wolves and we play Cluj and we smash Cluj, like we have been doing in a lot of our European ties, I will not record the Cluj video. I will record some choice cuts from the group stages of the Europa League group stages. Cool. One final thing, we're predicted to come 8th. That's cool. Now then, let's go. I'm still only a favoured personnel despite taking us to the Europa League final last season. That upsets me. And they won't build me a new stadium because they say there isn't enough demand for it, which I think is crazy. Mega sneeze. Excuse me. Now then, what we will notice is, for example, Rui Costa, despite not being in the squad for the European ties, finally, because he's under 21, but he's also been at the club for a number of years, he's eligible. Lovely stuff. Now, Borgo, he's signed a new contract this summer. That's good news. He's going to go in for Ortega, who's going to take his spot on the bench. Jair is going to step in to the bench. We are going to have... See, look, we can see the squad is overwhelmingly big now. Kuzniej is a bit tired, so actually he's not even going to play. I'm going to play up front. I'm going to put Padilla on the right. I'm going to put Alberto there. I'm going to put Wilmot. I did try and sell Wilmot for nearly £15 million, but nobody wanted him. I think that's unfair. I'm going to put Jonathan in. We're going to put Petr, because he's a very good player. He's the young player I bought from Brno last season. He's played very well in pre-season, so I'm going to give him a game here, and we're going to give. Hang on, what positions have we got there? We got wing back, centre back, wing back, attacking midfielder. So let's make him substitute 6, and let's make show. Oh no, this is the actual league. Oh, so actually that thing what I said about Rui Costa might not be true, because this is not the Europa League. This is the normal league. So fine, okay. Lavo, Aksoy, Ambitious, Gilic, Fall, Saeed. Okay, looks like a decent side. Let's go. Looks like a decent Saeed. Anyway, a lot of debuts being made here at the county ground. Let's smash them. Go out there and impress me. We beat Wolves towards the end of last season fairly comfortably. We played Charlton in a pre-season friendly because I don't like a season going by without us playing Charlton. For some reason, the Juventus boss has got time off from his busy schedule to come and watch our game. Alberto giving it to Gilic. Gilic shoots wide straight away. 3 minutes into the season, and Gilic is carrying on like nothing has changed. Now then, Provost. I think I may have made some selections based on the assumption that we were playing against Cluj, but it doesn't matter because Alberto has just got an absolute banger. Whack, get in. What a goal. We have scored a goal. We are below Forest Green and Man United in the table, as is our want. Was that a great ball? No, it was just Alberto doing it all on his own. He picked the ball up in his own half, ran halfway down the pitch, and then slotted home. Beautiful. Terrible football from Wolves here. Alberto slots it to Padilla, who didn't score at all in pre-season. Padilla. That did worry me a little bit, but I think that he's going to have the quality will shine through eventually. I also need to remember, before we play the next game, to lower the training intensity from very high to merely high. Otherwise, our players will get more injured than they usually do. I've also done a bit of revampage in terms of backroom staff. I've signed a few new good scouts. I've signed a better youth coach. Because I think one of our youth coaches got poached by Ipswich or something crazy like that. It was really annoying. I didn't even notice. It didn't even give me a notification saying they were coming in for him. It just said that he'd left, which was upsetting. Padilla to Laveau. Gilic to Saeed. Yeah, so I signed some new scouts, got a new physio, one new youth coach, and I asked... and a new... first team coach. I asked for some more coaches. They said no. I asked for a new stadium. They said no, as I've already said. We are trying to get a new feeder club, as Regina are now apparently unable to be our feeder club for I'm not entirely sure what reason. It said something to do with stature, but I don't see why our increase in stature should prevent them from being our feeder club. Oh, he smashed it off the crossbar there. So yeah, I'm going for a Dutch club. I'm going for Groningen. The team that we swept aside in one of the knockout rounds of last year's Europa League, which is a sort of little two fingers to them after having knocked them out of European competition, then make them a feeder club. Lol. Provost now. Cantoro. Good save from Dursun Aksoy. So we're 1-0 up. Doing pretty well. Serapio, unfortunate effort there. Serapio has now taken the place in the starting 11 from Riedel. Riedel actually was coming to the end of his contract, so I offered him a new contract, 2 years. He's now a rotation option. He took a slight cut in his wages, and he's now, as I said, a rotation option, so he won't be upset that he's no longer starting every game. And that's kind of where we want our team to be, in the right stage. So they all have the right sort of expectations. I've had problems in the past with clubs where every player is a key player, and it just makes the teams basically unmanageable. Unlucky Alberto. So it's good that we have some of those players who know their role, as The Rock would say. Musa Fall crosses. Serapio at the back post heads over. Perez is a good player as well. We've had a lot of interest from the top clubs for both Jiří Petr, the Czech centre midfielder that I mentioned previously, and our Brazilian defensive midfielder Haroldo, who I signed last season. Chelsea and a lot of the top English sides are after them, and I think that if those sort of teams are looking at them, it's better to keep hold of them for now. So I've not sold them on, even though I could have made a small profit. I feel like I could probably make a bigger profit if I give them a few games here and there, develop them a little bit more, and then sell them next season, or allow them to play for the team. That he's surely offside, and what an awful finish. Good to see that Musa Fall has done nothing to work on his finishing over the summer. What he has been working on, I don't know. Felipe wins the ball. Saeed gives it to Felipe. Felipe, great ball out to Alberto. Alberto, all he has to do is hit the side netting. Couldn't have passed it. That's not the way he rolls, so fine. We are 1-0 up at the break. That's not a bad start. Let's go. Oh, Alberto's a bit injured. Let's say keep it up, and I'll bring Alberto off in 10 minutes' time. Okay, Gilic to Padilla. Padilla, what's he doing? Oh, great football. Great tackle from, was it Rossi? Was that number 5 there? Yeah. What a tackle. Musa Fall crosses. Perez doesn't get there. Felipe now is going to... Ooh, why? Oh, because they had an injury. Fair enough, then, I suppose. Borgo also injured. Okay, now here's the time to bring off Alberto. Let's bring on Wilmot. And let's bring on Ortega for Borgo. Gilic isn't playing well, that's a shame. But let's give it another... If we score another goal, I'll bring on Yuri Pet, and he can get his first senior start for Swindon Town. 65 minutes gone. Fall out to Laveau. Laveau, just cross it. Oh, go for a shot. Borgo scored another sensational goal during the pre-season. It was from about here. Curled it beautifully around the goalkeeper and in. It was lovely stuff. Kovac, Savic, great save from Aksoy. Good stuff. Kovac, Savic. Felipe clears. Wilmot now doesn't keep hold of the ball. That's a shame. Rossi. Oh, good finish, but Cantoro was offside, unfortunately. Gilic is still playing badly, so we are going to give Yuri Pet his debut. Now then, Jair. No, sorry, Fall. Jair. Oh, rubbish. Anyway, so we are starting to live a little bit more dangerously with the way we're playing. Did they say Swindon fans are furious with something, or did I completely misread what I said there? What that said then. Kovac, Shavic. Okay, Cantoro whiffs it wide. He's slightly injured. Really, they should be bringing him off unless he's probably, I guess he's one of their best players. Padilla wins the ball from Asamoah. Fall leaps on it like an absolute rabid bear. Crosses the ball in. Padilla smashes the ball over. That's a disappointment. 75 minutes gone. 15 minutes left. Hopefully we can hold on. A 1-0 win. Oh, Padilla's injured as well. Good. Laveau up to Saeed. Saeed doesn't win it, but we get the ball to Felipe. Saeed to Wilmot. Wilmot scores. Yes, please. 2-0 up. That's good. I'm going to have a little swig of beer. Beer. Felipe to Saeed. Saeed with a sensational through ball. That's what you pay him all that money for. That's some good watching. And yeah, very, very good play from the Swindon Towns. Dolezal, Rankovic. Can we keep a clean sheet on our return to the Premier League? I got Manager of the Year last season. Just remembering that now. Which I'm not 100% sure why. Hull are absolutely battering West Ham. Giving them their goalkeeper has clearly done wonders for them. Swindon deserve their win. 2-0 against Wolves. Lovely stuff. Calm. Well done, lads. Good. And Serapio was the man of the match. Excellent stuff. Good. So. Now then, the next game is Saeed makes Swindon Town debut. Of course he does, because he's amazing. Da Silva, why? Because he was looking at Felipe and his press conference. We were excellent. Julio Cesar was great. Never stop looking for ways to improve the team. Yes. Oh, yeah. So PSG came in for a bid for Fall. I said yes. If you give me £15 million, I'll say yes. Yep. Anyway, good. Yeah. So I'm happy to sell him, as I told him I will be doing that as soon as they offer me the money for him. Arsenal, of course, winning 3-0 as well. Arsenal ended up winning the Premier League, I think, last season. Chelsea's ridiculous run meant that on the last day of the season they started off at the top of the table, but they ended up losing, and Arsenal snuck in and won the league on the last day of the season, which I had been saying they would do in all my press conferences. I said it would be Arsenal. But yeah, unfortunately, Chelsea, well, I mean, fortunately, I don't like Chelsea. I'd much prefer Arsenal if given the choice. Not that I particularly care. But, I mean, Chelsea had just beaten us in the Europa League final, so I was not taking that happily. Chelsea versus Man City to start. Interesting stuff. And Cardiff Leeds, that's a big game in terms of the relegation battle, one would think, given that Leeds only just survived last season. Oh, City beat them. And Leeds won as well. Oh, that's big stuff, big stuff. Now, we've been offered mass. We had a roundup. And we sold nearly 12,000 season tickets, which is pretty good for Swindon Town, considering that's basically as big as the stadium currently is. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to expand this ground if any further or build a new ground, if I'm honest. I hope we are one day. But at present, the board just keeps saying, oh, you don't have enough fans and there's not enough potential for growth. I'm like, yeah, but if you build it, they will come. This is Football Manager. This isn't real life. Stupid game. Anyway. Grossi scores for Livorno against Pescara. Is that in the... Excuse me, yawn. Is that in the... Is that in like the Italian third division? Why is that even loaded? I don't remember. Did I load that up? I can't remember. There's a club in Belarus which has got a glitch in its former years. It says that it was... I think it was... I'm going to have to refresh the database after I've recorded this video, because I think the game was suggesting that the club was founded and has been recently plying its trade in the Belarusian third division since before the birth of Christ. So that needs to be looked at and fixed. Groningen couldn't make a deal. That's a shame. So we've got no feeder clubs except for, I think, Chippenham and Supermarine, which are pointless because we don't have youngsters that are good enough to go to play for the illustrious clubs like that. Just cleaning my glasses. That's what the scratching noise is. It made it worse. Let's look at this then. So yes, hold the meeting. Yeah, go on in. Go on in. No. Okay. Nope. No, I'm not taking all those players off the loan list. How many players do you think I can physically fit in my squad? Yeah, it gives us confidence. I'm confident. Yeah, I'm always aware it may be an issue. I don't think there'll be a problem. I'm going to make sure that it's not an issue. That one. Go on in. Go on in, sons. Got to go. Is it? We're playing away at Cluj first. I think so. I like their badge with this Mr. See, look, they really want him. 4.2 million. Juventus have offered us £20 million for. Why could I not remove? Thank you. I will agree if you give me £30 million. And Mandeli's not one of my players. So that's fine. Juventus want fairly ambitious Felipe. We could stand to make quite a lot of money. Although I think I paid £11 million for him, so not that much money. And also then we've got to try and source a replacement, which will be tough because the players like him are hard to find. Although everyone thinks he's a centre-back, which may be one of the reasons why he doesn't perform great as a defensive midfielder. Mahacek has finally turned professional. 17 years of age. He's looking very tasty indeed. Is he rumoured to be like someone else? No, that's a shame. Okay, Townsend looks okay. Yep, he wants a new bit. Okay, I will offer you a contract. Let's go 2 years additional. You are not having that much money. Jesus Christ, money. You're insane. Minimum fee release clause of 26 million, that's fine. What about a ridiculously high goal? Oh, fucking hell, not that ridiculously high. 11.5. You've been spoilt, mate. You've had your head turned and I don't like it. Felipe, you prick. Right, anyway, let's play Cluj. A big night for Romanian football here. as it looks a lot like they could have two teams going out unless things go their way. Ortega comes in. I didn't registerable go. That's a stupid thing to have done. I'm good at this game. Shehu, he can... who should we get to play? Perez, Serapio. Riedel can come in. We've got Jonathan. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? Let's give Kuzniej a start over Padilla, and Wilmot can come off for Beckin, even though I know Wilmot's good in the last game. He'll just play in the next league game. It is against Man City. Maybe he won't play the next one. We'll see. Where's Novotny? Novotny's ineligible, and he's injured. That's probably why he's ineligible. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Cluj attacking. Calm, guys. Come on, lads. Passionate. Yeah. Passionate. Yeah. Passionate. Yeah. Cluj, Cluj, Cluj. And this is in Romania. It's a long way to go to play some football. Laveau's been injured. 4 crosses. Perez nearly scores straight away. They've had 2 players of theirs tackle each other, and then Kuzniej gives away a free kick. Perez is coming back on the pitch, which is nice to see. Oh, we've had another injury. Perez again. It's coming off. Okay, fair enough. Jair can come on then to dominate the game in that way that only Jair can do. I want to try and give Perez a bit more of a chance this season, a few more opportunities, because he's a very good player, and I want to make sure he hits the highs of his potential. What an effort from Renchea. Okay, we're not doing Chilpoibli. We aren't 3-0 down as we were against VVV Venlo. Gilic, Kuzniej. Oh, that was a nicely worked little bit of football there from Swindon Town. De Martino up to ambitious Felipe, for that is what he is. Renchea. Oh, what an effort. Stefan scores. No, Renchea scores. We are 1-0 down in Romania. One would hope that we will be able to do the job back at the county ground, but this is a disappointing turn of events. Especially after getting to the fucking final last season. Dundee were in the bloody Champions League playoffs, by the way. Don't know how the hell they managed that. They must have won the league in Scotland or something stupid. But yeah, it's very, very like absurd. Like something out of a Monty Python sketch. Slabod. It's hard to tell the difference between these two teams. You'd think we could have had a third kit or something, because this red and black mixed with the purple doesn't quite work. Felipe, come on. How does a professional footballer miss from there? I mean, how, though? Actually, how? Stefan goes down, and we're going to go in at half-time. 1-0. Oh, could it be more? Yeah, 1-0 down. Although there is 3 minutes of extra time. Or added time. Yeah, unlucky. Okay, fine. We'll take a 1-0 loss. It's fine. Mash is back. She's going to have another beer. I just said I was delighted with my strikers, which is not what I meant to say. Ortega. Over to Felipe. Felipe to Gilic. Gilic has scored. It's gone in off of the back of one of their players. Was it number 20, Budai? But we have scored. Luckily, looks like the team talk at halftime seems to have put a little bit of the fear up them. Did it go for 20's ass? Yeah. Oh no, number 6. Number 6 diverted the ball into the net. Ignea. Unfortunate for him. But it is 1-0, 1-1, and we have the all-important away goal, which will do us good in the next round, even if we go on to lose this 2-1. An away goal is all important. Kuzniej to fall, puts the ball out to Laveau. Kuzniej, Felipe out to Laveau. Alright. Mash is making as much noise as possible, as per normal. Noj clears. Couldn't have done it in a different room. Beckon's no, he's not. Padilla is going to come on, and Jair isn't playing well, but he did come on. That would be harsh to take him off. Let's give Jonathan a debut. Oh, what? Why can he not play there? Oh, so he can't play right back, but he can play. Oh, he's got a strange set of skills then. Right, he needs to be trained as a right back then. Oh dear, we weren't even watching. I forgot to pause it. Oh, it's a penalty. What? Okay, so it's a penalty for Budai. He's going to score it, one would think. Yeah, smashes it down the middle, over the keeper. 2-1 loss. Would that be acceptable? No, it wouldn't. But it wouldn't be the end of the world. I have a feeling we've got too much strength for them when they come back to the county ground. Fortress County Ground. Let's get a second away goal. Go on, that'd be cheeky. That'd be a cheeky little fly in the ointment of the game. Saeed wins a header. You wouldn't have thought it of him. Padilla gives it to Saeed. Gilic. Serapio to Jonathan. Jonathan gives it back again. Jonathan needs to be trained as a right back because he definitely is much more of a right back than he is a right winger. Just wanted to give him his debut, really. Oh, Laveau, Serapio, Laveau, Chivoyu. Good names from these Romanians. Ball back to Dursun Aksoy. Gives it up to Laveau. Oh, rubbish. For God's sake. That's it. Jonathan gets the ball. Padilla now. He's unleashed upon the Cluj defence. 70 minutes on the clock. He tries to cross it like so many people often don't do. He did at least try, but it didn't go in. They've gone 4-4-2, which probably will suit us a little bit better because they were doing that weird formation where they have attacking wingers. Padilla, what's he going to do with it? He's going to get tackled. Felipe to Gilic to Alberto. We beat these guys 3-1 a couple of weeks ago, you idiots. Laveau crossed Jonathan. Alberto's not going to get there. Gilic is not going to get there. And Felipe does, though. Laveau, again, gives it to Felipe. Padilla hits the post, but it was offside. Hard to believe. Serapio. Ortega. Felipe to Saeed. Saeed to Ortega. Felipe to Ortega, for Christ's sake. Ay. Felipe. Saeed again. Felipe again. Padilla. Alberto now. Go on, give it big left. Okay. Padilla. I mean, his finishing, he's been disappointing already. Diak, good name. No. Okay, right. So apparently that fella dived. That's naughty. We've got 15 minutes left of this tie to get back into it. Give ourselves a platform for the next leg. Stefan got booked. Aksoy gives the big ball up. We've got, is that an entire midfield except for Jonathan is booked. Not sure what that was, but it got to Alberto eventually, and he still didn't score. Gilic is going to get sent off. For fuck's sake. This game knows how to piss me off. Like, right. So we've not really got much of a chance here at this point. Okay, I thought he was. To be honest, I thought he was going to give away another penalty. They've had a player injured, which is good. It didn't come off though. Alberto has been whacking his legs around a bit more. They've gone more defensive. 4 minutes of added time. Di Martino up to Jair. Jair to Felipe. Jonathan, can we get ourselves out of a bit of a hole? Saeed to Felipe. Ortega, do something with it. To Saeed, to Felipe, to Ortega, to Felipe, to Saeed. Jonathan shoots, but it's saved by Martino. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so we've lost in Romania. Which I think is probably, yeah, I mean, we had the better of the game. I'm not too worried about the next round. Wow, that guy's already got 7. Perez is also out for 3 weeks. Great. Jonathan makes his debut. Gillich accepts his warning. Jonathan, look at your skills. You're a right winger. You're a right back, sorry. Training. New position. Defender right. Also, I said I would go here and go high. Good. Right. I'll just quickly do the press conference. This isn't over yet. I'm not going to say anything about that. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Right, so we've lost a game already this season. That's disappointing. We've now got to play Man City, which is going to be tough. And it's away. So great. So the next games on this video, Chaniel will be the Man City and then the Cluj games. I'll see you in those games in a moment. Bye.